ईश्वराम्बा सुतश्रीमन् पूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ सत्यसाईशा कर्तव्यं दैवमाह्निकम् उत्तिष्ठ पर्तीशा उत्तिष्ठ जगतीपते उत्तिष्ठ करुणापूर्णा लोकमङ्गलसिद्धये चित्रावती तटविशाल सुशान्तसौधे तिष्ठन्ति सेवकजना तव दर्शनार्थम् आदित्यकान्तिरनुभाति समस्तलोकान् श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। त्वन्नाम कीर्तनरता तव दिव्यनामा गायन्ति भक्तिरसपान प्रहृष्टचित्तः दातुं कृपा सहितदर्शनमाशु तेभ्यः श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। आदाय दिव्यकुसुमानि मनोहराणि श्रीपादपूजनविधिं भवदङ्घ्रिमूले कर्तुं महोत्सुकतया प्रविशन्ति भक्तः श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। देशान्तरागतबुधा तव दिव्यमूर्तिम् सन्दर्शनाभिरतिसंयुतचित्तवृत्त्या वेदोक्तमन्त्रपठनेन लसन्त्यजस्रम् श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। श्रुत्वा तवाद्भुतचरित्रमखण्डकीर्तिम् व्याप्तां दिगन्तरविशालधरातलेऽस्मिन् जिज्ञासु लोक उपतिष्ठ हि चाश्रमेऽस्मिन् श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। सीता सती समविशुद्धहृदम्बुजाताः भौवङ्गनाकरगृहीत सुपुष्पहाराः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यनुतिभिः फणिभूषणं त्वाम् श्री सत्यसाई भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम्। सुप्रभातम् इदं पुण्यं ये पठन्ति दिने दिने ते विशन्ति परं धाम ज्ञानविज्ञानशोभिताः। मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने मङ्गलं पर्तिवासाय मङ्गलं सत्यसायिने।
Ishwaramba's resplendent sun, it's the start of a bright new day. Time to rise, time to shine, Lord divine. Time to lead us along life's way. Awake, O Lord of Puttaparthi. Awake, O Lord of all mankind. Awake, O Lord of compassion, that the world good fortune may find. On Chitrabatri's peaceful shore stands our heart's own mansion. We yearn to serve you and are longing for your holy darshan. Morning's begun and o'er the world spreads the radiant sun. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. We love to sing your sweet name with blissful emotion. We taste the sweet nectar that comes of our true devotion. Come shower drops of blessings on us, we pray, gracious one. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. We've brought to you colorful flowers with fragrance so sweet. Our dear Guru, our object now is to worship your feet. Your devotees are gathered into the place where we meet. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. Among the seekers of the world, knowledge that you're here grew. From far and near, people are coming who long to see you. They are reciting Vedic mantras, knowing their value. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. Throughout the earth, people of worth are learning of your faith. They know your glory and the sweet story of why you came. Seekers of truth from every land now are singing your name. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. Women demure as Mother Sita now sing in rapture. Like a lotus blooms drawn to the light, their hearts are soft and pure. With garlands of sweet flowers, they will adorn your picture. Shri Satya Sai Bhagavan, may your glory now dawn. Whoever sings this waking chant sings it faithfully every day. Great peace to you the Lord will grant, and the wisdom for which we pray. O auspicious divine teacher, O auspicious all-seeing eye, O auspicious Lord of Bharti, O auspicious Sri Satya Sai.
ॐ श्री भगवान् सत्य साई बाबाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्य स्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्य धर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई वरदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्यगुणात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुवर्धनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वज्ञाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वजनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वशक्तिमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसंगपरित्यागिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महिमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महेश्वरस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पर्तिग्रामोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पर्तिक्षेत्रनिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई यशक्काय शिरडिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई जोडी आदिपल्ली सोमप्पाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भारद्वाज ऋषिगोत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपान्तरात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अवतारमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वभयनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपस्तम्भसूत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अभयप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई रत्नाकरवंशोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई अभेदशक्त्यावताराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शंकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई मूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई द्वारकामाई वासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई चित्रावती तटपुट्टपर्तिविहारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शरणागतत्राणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्ददाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई असहाय सहायाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकबान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकरक्षापरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई दीनजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मूर्तित्रयस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई मुक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कलुषविदूराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई करुणाकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वाधाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वहृद्वासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वपुण्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वपापक्षयकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वरोगनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वबाधहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनन्तनुतकर्त्रणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आदिशक्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपरूपशक्तिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अव्यक्तरूपिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई कामक्रोधध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई कनकाम्बरधारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपद्बान्धवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई प्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तमन्दाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयविहाराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयालयाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तपराधीनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदीपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुज्ञानमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई गीताबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानसिद्धिदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुंदररूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुण्यपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुराणपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अतीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कालातीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धसंकल्पाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अन्नवस्त्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई संसार दुःखक्षयकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वाभीष्टप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कल्याणगुणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कर्मध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसशोभिताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वमतसम्मताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुमानसपरिशोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधकानुग्रह वटवृक्षप्रतिष्ठापकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सकलसंशयहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सकलतत्त्वबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई योगीश्वराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई योगीन्द्रवन्दिताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वमङ्गलकराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपन्निवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तिहराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शान्तमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुलभप्रसन्नाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भगवान श्री सत्यसाई बाबाय नमः। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, Mangal
Keep my eyes ever on your face. Keep me, Baba, keep me. Keep my eyes ever on your face. Keep me, Baba, keep me. Keep my thoughts ever on your grace. Keep me, Baba, keep me.
रघुनंदना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
दीनावना हे करुणावया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
कमलनयना कौसल्यातनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यातनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
करुणामया
हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
दीनावना हे करुणामया
कमलनयना कौसल्यातनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यातनया
कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया
मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना
गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल
Let my heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love. Heart reflect thy light, Lord, as the moon reflects the light of the sun in love, always in love.
Rama Sai, Rama Sai, Rama Sai. Rama Sai, Rama Sai, Rama Sai. Rama Sai, Rama Sai, Rama Sai. Rama Sai, Rama Sai, Rama Sai.
पवनपुत्र हनुमन्त बलभीमा आञ्जनेया
बलभीमा 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 आञ्जनेया
बलभीमा 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 आञ्जनेया
बलभीमा बलभीमा
श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन 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 मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी 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 श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी 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 माधव ओ माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी माधव ओ माधव श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी 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 श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन मोर मकुटधारी मोर मकुटधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी माधव हरि माधव हरि माधव गिरिधारी
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble and loving salutations at the lotus feet of our dear Bhagavan. Sai Ram, dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this wonderful retreat. This is the very first retreat since we all have affirmed our commitment to walk on the pathway to Prashanti, the abode of eternal peace. On this holy occasion, we have Sri Sai Surendranath, who was from the very first batch of students from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, to speak to us. Brother Sai Surendranath's maternal grandmother, Srimati Pankajamma, became Swami's devotee in 1948, and through her, their family came to Swami shortly thereafter. Brother Sai Surendranath joined Swami's college in Vrindavan in the year 1977. After completing intermediate, he joined the Parthi campus of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in the year 1979. He graduated with Masters in Commerce in the year 1984. He belongs to the very first batch of students to have graduated from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Swami blessed him with a teaching job at the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School as postgraduate teacher in the Commerce Department. So far, 35 batches of students have graduated from his classroom. He has been twice recognized as the best teacher and also for the excellent performance of his students by the Ministry of Human Resources in India. Brother Sai Surendranath has also been part of the music group in Prashanti Nilayam since its inception. He is well known for accompanying bhajans in the mandir on the tabla. Sai's style of playing tabla is very melodious. He has also played other instruments in Bhagavan's presence, including santoor. I know firsthand the generosity and the love that Brother Sai Surendranath has for others. When I was new to the Parthi music group, Sai mentored me and was a role model not only for me but also for others in the music group. He has this extraordinary ability of being able to carry out Swami's commands quickly and effectively. He is an example of how to be an instrument in Swami's hands. It's a great privilege and honor to be blessed with an opportunity to listen to a wonderful devotee such as Sai Surendranath that has had a long association and had the opportunity to be in Swami's close proximity. I now invite Brother Sai Surendranath to speak to us. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan, esteemed elders, honorable members, office bearers, and young adults of Sri Sathya Sai Global Council, dear brothers and sisters of Sai family, and my loving students. My loving greetings to one and all. Thank you for being with me today And I'm grateful to each and every one of you for this invite and being part of this wonderful retreat. I like this name or the theme of your retreat, Pathway to Prashanti Nilayam. Very nice theme. I was wondering, past 2 years, because of this pandemic, all of us were cornered maybe between 4 walls. As Swami says, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, we are arrested in 4 walls. And on top we have the ceiling on desires. We can't do anything. We are pinned down, we are nailed down in between 4 walls. In the course of time, I'm feeling that we are drifting away from the path which we used to tread, we used to follow, and we used to enjoy the pathway to Prashanti Nilayam. I know everyone's journey to Sai is different, is special, and it is unique. And it's never stereotype. The way we reach, we adore, and we love Swami is same. The pathway to Prashanti Nilayam in search of peace and love. The simplicity, the beauty, and the grandeur of Swami, he welcomes all of us with his open hands, with the same love, irrespective of our caste, creed, color, status, power, position, nationality. He doesn't see that. He just sees you. He observes you and he enjoys and he reflects the love that you give to him. That is why Swami always says, there is only one language, the language of heart. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. And there is only one religion, the religion of love. And there is only one God, and He is omnipresent. Many times I've observed, many people used to ask Swami, who are you? Maybe old devotees, if they can recollect, in some discourse, Swami has given a beautiful answer to this question. Who is Sai Baba and who are you? For that question, 3 simple words with profound meaning. And those words are come, experience, and enjoy. Then you will know who is Sai Baba. My topic today is Journey to Sai. And I am linking these 3 words, come, experience, and enjoy, with my topic, Journey to Sai. I know all of us, when we reach Prashanti Nilayam, it was a great journey. I will say it is like a pilgrimage. And all of us have a beautiful story how we reached or how we adored this place, Prashanti Nilayam. I was blessed and fortunate to be born in a Sai family. I would like to share with you my journey to Sai. My grandmother, Srimati Pankajamma, she came to Swami in 1948. Then my father, first time he visited Prashanti Nilayam in 1951. I was born 1958. I'm 63 years old model. But for 63 years, I've been part and parcel of this beautiful love which Swami was showering on us and our family. Our family deity was Lord Venkateshwara. But as I was growing, my parents told me, Swami is your Guru and Swami is your God. and I started experiencing Swami as and when we used to come to Prashanti Nilayam. Those days, when we used to visit Prashanti Nilayam, we cannot get back that easily. Minimum 2 weeks, sometimes even a month, we used to stay, and without Swami's blessings, without Swami's permission, we cannot leave Prashanti Nilayam. Those were the days, beautiful days. That kind of affinity, that kind of attachment, that kind of love, that kind of devotion between the devotees and our sweet Bhagwan. I would like to narrate how my journey to Prashanti Nilayam, journey to Sai during my young days. From Chennai, we used to travel. We used to get down at Penukonda, Bangalore to Penukonda. And Penukonda, we used to take a horse-driven cart that will come and leave us near Bukapatnam. And we will change over to bullock cart. All the luggage, children and ladies will be seated, and the bullock cart will cross Chitravati river and come this side to Parthi. And all the gents used to push the bullock cart in order to ease for crossing the river. And we used to have 5 feet, in some places, 5.5 feet. In the center, we used to have that kind of, water flowing, crystal clear water. That is how, those days, it was a pilgrimage to come to Prashanti Nilayam. My grandmother, she had come to Prashanti Nilayam, visited Prashanti Nilayam 1948, first time, with her friends from Chennai. And her devotion, the way Swami used to treat the old devotees, and they all used to stay in Patha Mandiram because Prashanti Mandir was not constructed. Everybody used to stay in Patha Mandiram. I still remember Kishtappa used to have a Petromax light, and he used to guard and guide all the devotees those days. Not much of crowd. And the closeness with Bhagavan is amazing. It's a divine experience, spiritual experience. I would narrate one interview that we had with Bhagavan, which changed our lifestyle. Those days, minimum 2 interviews, 3 interviews we used to get as a family. And that time, myself, my father and mother, my small younger sister, Swami called for interview. Swami blessed us. And in the course of interview, Swami looked at my mother and suddenly he said, "Vijaya, whatever that you are having, everything you will lose." My mother used to deck herself with lot of bangles and diamond necklace because her father was a doctor in Malaysia. He lived in Cameroon Islands, and he used to send everything to his daughter, and she loves to deck all these things. And that is how she was brought up, and she did her BA music in Adayar Music College, and she is a very good Veena player. And when we used to visit, Swami in that interview looked at her and told that, "Vijaya, you will lose everything. A day will come, you and your husband will fight like dogs." He looked at my father and told, "You will lose your job." And he looked at my mother and he told that all your relatives will become your enemy and they will create rift within the family. Your father also will not talk to you. Everybody will leave you. Everyone will desert you and you will be alone. The amount of suffering that you are going to go through, you will get so much frustrated and you look at me, "Hey Sai Baba, I believed in you. You also ditched me and I am in so much of trouble. You forsake me and you will throw my photograph outside." And that is the time my mother got jittery. Imagine a family which is well off, comfortable, happy. Here, Swami standing in front of you and predicting your future. This is not one. In our life, in my life also, Swami has told many such things years before, and only thing is much, much later when the time comes, it all happened. Swami words never failed in our life. So Swami told this. My mother cleverly, what she did, she just fell down, caught hold of Swami's lotus feet and started crying and said, Swami, even if we forget, even if we throw your photograph outside, Swami, please, you don't leave us. And Swami lovingly looked at her and said, Pichidana, hey mad lady, how will I live? తినడానికి తిండి, ఉండడానికి స్థలము, కట్టుకోవడానికి బట్టలు. In English, food to eat, place to stay, and clothes to wear is my responsibility. You have to go through this in your life. Remember, I will be there always with you. I will not forsake you. And then Swami gave a beautiful example. Do you know kite? Galipatam, kite? The kite will go far and far and far. Your family will leave me and go far and far and far. But remember, the rope is in my hand. Even if you go far, I know when the time comes, I will draw you closer and you will come back to me. That was the assurance Baba gave that day. Anyway, Swami blessed. Swami predicted our future, and it's not pleasant, it is most unpleasant one. But when you trust in Him, when you believe in Him, and when He guides you, you just have to accept. Best thing is you have to surrender to Him and He will take care. Anyway, interview got over. That was the last interview after a stretch of so many years, We went back to Chennai. 6 months, everything was okay, nothing happened. And then slowly whatever Swami told us was unfolding one by one. My father lost job, lot of family confusions, both the sisters and father. Oh my God, it was a big fight. Every day there used to be a fight. And it so happened my mother started, I still remember as a small boy, I used to go along with my mother. We go to pawn shop, one Marwadi shop. She used to sell the gold ornaments, get the money, and we used to have food. This all Swami told before only. So like that, everything was gone. And dear brothers and sisters, it is not 1 month. It is not 1 year. 8 years we were away. We never stepped into Prashanti Nilayam. When Swami used to come to Abbotsbury in Chennai for giving discourse, and when Swami used to stay in Alwarpet, we used to go and have darshan, but Swami always maintained the distance, and we never had any closeness like what we had for years in Prashanti Nilayam. Swami was part of our family when it was in Prashanti Nilayam, but now it was totally different because we have to wash away our karma. Swami said, you have to go through this, and we were going through this. 8 years. And I finished my SSLC, and I was doing my intermediate in Tyagaraja College, and I was doing M/PC, that is pre-university course. Then it was not 10+2 system, it was only SSLC and 1 year PUC. And during that time, I suddenly was getting chest pain. And we thought maybe some gas problem or muscle problem or indigestion, like that. So all that medicines, my father is good at homeopathy and this and that, everything we tried, but it was recurring again and again. And the intensity of that pain was increasing more and more. And one day, it was so bad that suddenly it's like a catch on my chest area, and I just couldn't breathe. And my left hand, my left side, it became numb. And everything around me was becoming dark. And I know I'm going to faint. And even if I want to inhale my breath, when I want to, even slight expansion in my chest area region, it's like 1,000 needles pricking in that area. Oh my God, unbearable pain. So I didn't know what to do. But from childhood, I've heard Swami's discourse varieties of discourse and beautiful stories. And that philosophy was part of my system. And then I knew when Swami was telling that how you live is not important. How you leave the body is very important. How you live, you can live the way you want. That is not a big thing. That is not a great achievement. But when you leave the body, how you leave the body is very important. When you leave, you have to think of God. You have to pray Him so that what you think, what you desire, and that is the goal, and that you will reach God. This I have heard Swami's discourse many times. Then I saw date sheet calendar. Our Lord Venkateshwara is our family deity. Every day we used to tear the page. That date sheet calendar was hanging on the wall. I looked at my father and I told, there's a lot of pell-mell around. Everybody shouting this and that. What is happening? I'm falling like that. I showed that calendar, date sheet calendar, and I told my father, get that picture. I am dying. My father got upset. You will not die. Shut up, he said. I could not speak. I was doing that. I am dying. Give me that picture. I want to see him and die. Oh my God. I don't know what happened. And then I'm gone. I didn't know what happened. How long that was, I didn't know. Only thing I realized was suddenly something bashed on my chest. And then after that heavy bashing on my chest, I started breathing. And then slowly, light was coming. The darkness was dispelling and light was coming. And then I could see people, some 10-15 people around me. Servant lady, neighbors, my father, my mother, my sister, everybody surrounding me. And I've seen my shirt is torn. People have torn and somebody has applied ginger paste, garlic paste, something and all was going on. It was a mess. Actually, it was a mess. And what I saw was Swami's picture on my chest. When my father came for the first time in 1951, he asked, that was another big story. To cut it short, he asked Swami, I want you to be with me all the time. And Swami made him stay for a month. And then in that last interview before leaving, Swami, I want you to be with me. Swami said, I am always with you. Don't escape, Swami. Not like that. My father he became very like a friend and he used to talk very freely with Swami. No, Swami, you can't escape like that. Then Swami asked, what do you want? I want picture. And those days, paper photograph used to be distributed because there are no photo shops and all that. Paper print used to be given. Swami said, it is there, you can take it. I said, Swami, you have to give me. Okay, come, I will give that print. Swami, not like that. You have to create and give. And Swami said, create and give? Why? That is enough for you. No, Swami, if you don't give me, I will not leave this room. I will not leave from this interview room. Swami said, you are a mondivadu. You are a stubborn character. Then he said, what, Swami? Pichuku meeda brahmastrama. To kill a sparrow, you need brahmastram? Like that he told off from his mouth to Swami. And Swami looked at him and he said, Kadura, pichuka meeda brahmastram kadura, pichuka meeda pichukastrame vestaranu, adhe nu tattukolevu. No, I don't need brahmastra to kill a sparrow, man. To kill a sparrow, I will use sparrow only to kill you. I don't need that kind of powerful weapon. And Swami told him, and it was like a joke and he forgot. And then Swami created a photograph and he gave a small black and white photograph. And in that photograph, Swami hair was round, but whereas Swami those days used to have partition. Then my father looked and told Swami, this is different. Swami said, Pichivadu, foolish fellow, in future that is what I am going to be. That is how I will be. So I am giving you that photograph. That was the only photograph was somewhere hidden in our altar. Because in these 8 years, nowhere Swami's picture, nothing was there. In fact, our house was Bhajan center, Bhajana Mandali. Everything is gone. And we shifted house to house. In that 8 years, 8 houses we shifted. Oh my God, that is a different, lifestyle altogether. And that time, my father, when I said I'm going to die, my father got into his head that Sai Baba photo which he created and gave. He said he will be there. And he went if you are Sai Baba, if you are God, save my son. And he put it on my chest. And that is the time I just, inhaled. Heavy breathing came, and then I came back to my senses. And then immediately they took me to the doctor. And doctor, those days, medical not so advanced, and they took ECG and all that. And finally they said this boy had a mild heart attack and symptoms of heart attack is there. My father asked, he is only 16 years, how can get heart attack? No, 1 in 10,000 cases this can happen. And he has got this problem, angina pectoris. That is a problem. So therefore, it can recur, this can repeat. You have to be very careful, and he gave do's and don'ts and all the medication. Those days, I'm talking about 60s. And then after 2 days, my father told my mother, chalo, back to Parthi. That is how journey to Sai, after 9 long years of a gap, he churned you. He will do all things. And in the end, he will see whether you want the world or you want me. And he will give you that kind of pressure, that kind of suffocation. But in spite of all these things, if you say, Swami, I need you, that is enough. Then everything is taken care. But remember, dear brothers and sisters, even to get that feeling, Baba, I need you, without his blessings, that thought also cannot come in your mind. For that also, we have to be blessed by Bhagavan. If he is not blessing that way, even that thought cannot emerge in our mind. So, the 3 words which Swami said, who are you? And what Swami said? Come, experience, enjoy. The first word is come. And I'm sure you and me and all the listeners, each one came to Swami. Your journey towards Swami is totally different. It is unique. It is special. Somebody might have heard Swami's bhajan, become a devotee. Somebody has seen Baba, become a devotee. Somebody prayed and his prayers are answered, become a devotee. So if you see, there are different ways where you reach Baba, and Baba says, come. And when you come to him, then he gives you the experience that you are supposed to enjoy. Dear brothers and sisters, 1977, I joined Vrindavan, and we came back from Chennai. Swami ignored us for 3 months because we ignored Swami for 9 months. Swami ignored us for 3 months. And those days you can stay in shed only for 2 months. More than 2 months you cannot stay. You have to go outside. You are not permitted to stay. And that time Chiranjeev Rao and Kutumba Rao, we know them because we are old devotees. We used to keep in touch with everybody and entire Swami's family. And Chiranjeev Rao came and told, Kutumba Rao came and told, Babu, you can't stay. And that time, Ganesha temple is there. Near the Ganesha temple, there will be a Ganesha shed used to be there. And we stayed there. Swami, you said you have to vacate and go. And that was the time Swami's sister Venkamma, whom we know very well, and she had a room outside and she rented that room for us, and we stayed outside for another 4-5 months. And 3 months Swami totally ignored. And in these 3 months, Swami made me work and work and work only to ensure and give me confidence, you are okay and you will be okay when you are with me. I worked in the bookstall. Gopuram is there. There are different levels. Do you know what used to be there those days? Stock of books will come. And I used to unpack and count and make the stock. And I used to work in canteen. I used to serve and collect the plates. I used to serve food for people. And I used to garden, water the plants around Mandir. Swami made me do all hard work. After 3 months, one day Swami calls us. And that is how, when we enter the interview room, after a period of 8 to 9 years, and Swami changed our life. And he gave us the beautiful experience of staying with him. Dear brothers and sisters, from 1977 till date, we never moved out of Prashanti Nilayam or Vrindavan. We lived, and 30-40 years we have been here only. That is our journey to Sai. With his open hands, with full of love, I says, come. It is up to you how you will come and embrace him. The effort is yours. God cannot make the effort. God only show you the path. And that is how the journey to Sai come. Now the next is, second word Swami said was, after coming, you have to experience me to know who I am. So how can you experience? Journey with the Sai becomes experience. Journey to Sai is coming. Journey with the Sai, you will experience. And so many experiences are there. I would like to share one very nice, little, hilarious, yet with profound meaning. And for all of us, we always have a guru. And this guru is like a guidepost. And he shows you the direction. And he tells you how you can reach God. Gurus can only show you the path. But gurus cannot give you liberation. Only God can give you liberation. Guru can lead you to God. More than that, he cannot do. But brothers and sisters of Sai family, do you know one thing? We are all so lucky that we have two in one. We adore Sai Baba as our Guru. And at the same time, when it comes trouble, he is our God to save us from the trouble. So he is our Guru, also he is our God. One very nice incident, as Guru, I want to say, one small episode. Every Sunday, when Swami comes to Kulwant Hall and gives, you have seen thousands of devotees sitting, right from tiny tots to 80 years, 90 years, wide range of people with all, varieties, and from all countries, they'll all be seated there. And Baba glides and he comes softly and he speaks to us, all of us, and he blesses all of us, and he reaches each and every one of us in a different way. And then he came and stood in front of the railing, and opposite, the primary school children used to sit, and Swami summoned one boy. And that boy, whenever Swami calls anyone, we will rush. We will not even think, second thought will not be there. Just rush, that's all. Because Swami is like sugar candy. And we're all like ants. Just go and enjoy the sweetness. So the tiny little boy, 6.5, 7 years old boy, he came running and stood in front of Swami. And Swami is a great mind reader, mastermind. He's a great mind reader. The tiny little one, cute one, standing in front of Swami in white and white, and God in his bright orange robe, looking at his own creation and asking him, what is your name? Boy tells his name. Have you had your breakfast? He said, yes, and the items are mentioned. And then Swami asked him a question. How many brothers do you have? And this boy said, Swami, I have 2 brothers. Oh, 2 brothers? Where are they? Swami, they are in Delhi. What are they doing? Swami, they are studying there. Oh, only you are studying. Your brothers are studying in Delhi. Yes, Swami. Oh. And then Swami looked at that boy and showed the rest of the students who are sitting, thousands of them who are sitting around them. Swami asked him, who are these people then? And the little one didn't know what to say, with his innocent face and innocent smile, looking at everyone around him, and when looking at Swami, couldn't answer. Then Swami said, do you know, these are the boys, are your real brothers. But you are thinking your 2 brothers are in Delhi. They are not your brothers because they left you alone. But whereas all these children, they are all living with you, studying with you, playing with you, eating with you. See, they are spending all the time with you. Do you know who is brother? These are the boys, are real brothers to you. After explaining little bit, this Lord of Lord, Guru asked the student, the disciple, how many brothers you have? And the smart little one, with a smile, looking at Swami, Swami, all are my brothers, he said. Everybody clapped. Swami felt immensely happy. And then Swami said, good boy, good boy. And immediately he asked Swami, can I take namaskar? He said, yeah, please go, take. And the boy take namaskar and goes back and settle down. Next Sunday, again Swami comes, gives darshan. This Maya Nataka Sutradhari, that Krishna aspect, it is still with Swami. He stood in the same place, holding the same railing and searching for the same little face. And this boy was sitting in the front line and Swami calls that boy. Again he comes running. Again Swami asked him, have you had breakfast? And what is the breakfast? Everything is over. And then now Swami is asking the second question on the second Sunday. How many wives you have? Everybody, all of us, we laughed loudly. And that boy heard the question and saw all of us loudly laughing and he didn't know what to say. Then Swami again asked him, how many wives you have? So the boy has to answer. So he's seriously thinking, what should be my answer now? So he thought, last time I told two brothers, Swami said the wrong answer. Then he said, okay, we'll repeat the performance. Then immediately said, Swami, all are my wives, Swami, he said. Again we all laughed loudly. Then the Lord turned towards us with a serious face. Ade, that is what? Bad mind, bad thoughts, stupid people you are. All the laughing became silent now because Swami came very seriously. Do you know that boy, 7 years, he's so innocent. He doesn't know the meaning of wife and he doesn't know what I am asking and what he is answering. Do you know why? Because he is innocent. God loves that innocent. God wants that kind of innocent heart. That heart is pure. That is my seat. But whereas you people have filthy thoughts, wrong thoughts, your heart and mind is full of dirty thoughts, and you say, Sai Baba, come and sit. Sai Baba, come and sit. How will I sit? Clean your mind, clean your heart. Then that will be my place, my throne. So that Sunday, it was a great lesson for all of us. And again, that boy, he didn't understand the dialogues between us and Swami. He heard everything. Swami, namaskaram, as usual. Swami said, yes, take. And he took namaskaram, ran back to his place. Third Sunday, again our little Lord is walking, taking up the same place and searching for the same face, same little cute one. And Swami identified, Swami called him, come. This boy was hesitating to come. He didn't want to get up. Come, he's telling. He's thinking whether to get up or not to get up because now he's worried. Every Sunday he's calling me and it's like examination. He will ask something and I will say something and he will tell me something and people are laughing around me. I don't know what is happening. So he didn't want to come. He sat quietly. Then all his friends, go man. Swami is calling, go man. And they pushed him. No option. The little one has to come. The little angel came running to Swami and looking at Swami pathetically with full of tension. And Swami, as I told you, mind reader, made fun and made jokes and asked so many questions and all that. And then he forgot that fear psycho has come down and is comfortable now. And now the Guru starts looking at the disciple. How many friends you have? Then he thought, first Sunday, something. Second Sunday, I said, all are my wife. Everybody laughed. I don't know what to tell. Chappu, how many friends you have? Then suddenly he thought, repeat the performance. And he said, Swami, all are my friends, Swami. No, wrong answer. Really, Swami? All are my friends. No, wrong answer. Swami, you only told me all are my brothers. Yes, all are my friends also, Swami. No, that is wrong answer. And Swami said, you think they are your real friends? They are not your real friends. They may study with you for 5 years, 10 years. After they finish their studies, they will go back to their own place. They will never care for you. They are in their own different field. You are in your own different field. But do you know who is your true friend? God is your true friend. Why? Even before you are born, God was with you. When you are living, God follows you. And even when you leave the body, God is with you. So your true friend is God and not these people. These people, do you know how they are? They are all frogs. Frogs in a pond. In a pond, if there is water, all frogs will come back, it will come. If the same pond goes dry, no frog will be around that place. Same way, people are also like that. You have name, you have fame, you have power, you have position, you have status. Hello sir, how are you, sir? Next moment, you are stripped out of your power, your position, your name, your fame, everything, and you come down to zero level. Oh, this man is coming, we'll better go this way. They will avoid you. They are all not your true friend. When you are in trouble also, God will be there. And when you are in the peak of your health and prosperity and happiness, still God will be always with you. God is your true friend. Living with God is education. Now, I would like to share quickly a small personal experience with you, because nowadays people are questioning, Swami was physically there and we enjoyed his physical proximity. He used to answer our prayers and he used to respond to our prayers, and we had that kind of affinity and we know to whom to pour out and to whom to can get connected. But now that Baba is not physically there, is the situation same? Yes, my dear. Yes, he is still there. It is only that you are denied of physical proximity, but he answers each and everyone's desire, your prayer, whatever that you want, it is answered. For your information, I am seeing, because I am here for almost 40-50 years, I am here, I am seeing old devotees coming becomes less. But whereas new devotees are coming, they have never seen Swami, but they come here and they pray and their prayers are answered. And they have their love and devotion is much more superior and intense than the old devotees. That means what? God is not here? He is there. Is he not answering? Yes, he is answering. It is not an experience? Definitely it is an experience. But only thing is, our own ego, our own illusion. We put our own veil and trying to see outside whether it is clear, whether it is bright. The brightness is always there. It became dull because you have a veil between yourself and God. Remove that. Remove that ignorance. Then everything is clear. One small, I will give in a nutshell one beautiful experience that proved that Baba is always here, even answering all our prayers. One day after my class, when I was going and I took my scooter right in front of the hostel building, not on the main road, in the hostel building itself, my backside tire in the scooter, it skidded and I fell down. While falling, I fell in front and I put my hand like this. Nothing happened. No scratch on scooter also. So all boys were there because after the class we were all going out. So I got up and then when I was getting up, everything was coming, but my hand was not coming. I was feeling a little funny. Why my hand is not coming? Then I touched, when I touched, this was hanging separately. So they thought there is a fracture in this place. And then they took a writing pad and then they tied it and immediately they took me to the hospital, and then hospital they took, quickly they took an, X-ray and all that. And they found my hand, this is totally dislocated. This is one piece and this is one piece, and it has come out, the bone has come out and the bone is like this. But the beauty is that bone did not tear the skin, but it is inside. But why it happened? Because we always wear this full sleeves, this protected like a sling. That is why it was holding me, so it did not pierce and come out because this was supporting. Anyway, they tore the shirt And then after all the x-ray, and they said that we have to do surgery, there is no choice. I looked at our Ravi Kumar, he is the x-ray department. I told Ravi and I told surgeon, sir, whatever according to medical term you want to do, you do. But only one request, sir. I have to play tabla for bhajans. That is my only request. You do what you are supposed to do, you do. But see to it that I play tabla. They tried to pull and put it back into the socket. And in the x-ray, radial head, there is a fracture. So he has to directly and safely put it back. And while doing that, it so happened it was very difficult. It was placed well, but that the broken piece chipped. It fell separately inside only. Then they put in 110 degrees and they said, sir, 1 week you have to be like this. They want to do that. Close reduction they did. And then finally, after 1 month, we'll have to do one more surgery and remove the broken piece. I said, okay, fine. And then 1 month over, then again second surgery was done. And in second surgery, they cut open and they want to remove the broken piece. So they gave an appointment. I fell July 11th, 2017. And August, 1 month later, August, was the second surgery they did. And they admitted in the hospital for the procedures. And I was there. I was lying down in the ward. My wife was sleeping. And the next day morning, 8 surgeries. And they said they will do my surgery first. And half an hour, sir, everything will be done. It's a small surgery. I said, okay, sir, whatever it is. Then I was lying down. I was not sleeping. So nurse came, checked my BP, very high. Then, sir, please, sir, you sleep. If your BP is high, they can't do surgery, sir. Your BP should be under control. I said, Amma, I'm okay. No, sir, you are not okay, sir. Something is bothering in your mind. You should sleep. Then she came at 9 o'clock. I didn't sleep. She came at 10 o'clock. I didn't sleep. Then finally, I was not getting sleep. My mind was disturbed. And she came and gave me one sleeping tablet and some BP tablet, 4 or 5 tablets she dumped in my mouth so that I will rest. He said, tomorrow morning, if you are not all right, surgeon will shout at me that I am not, preparing you for the OT. I said, yes, madam, I am not doing anything now. I am lying down only, quietly. I did not sleep till 1:30. I was thinking in my mind, Swami, if only you were to be here, like all we feel, physically, if you are here, you would have sent Vibhuti Prasadam. You would have asked surgeon what is the problem. And that would have been a great support, a solace, a strength for me to go through these OT procedures. You are not there. What will happen to me? Why you left me? I was crying. My wife told, Sai, why are you bothering yourself so much? No, I should be all right. I should play tabla for Swami's bhajan. She said, Sai, you played when Swami sang. For Swami's bhajan you played. You played for all the programs. You played for 40 years. Be happy. God gave you so much of chance. You don't worry. First thing is you should be all right. Rest everything we can see later. And she was trying to console me. I said, okay. And then last I saw was 1:30. Then I slept, I think, and I kept my alarm at 5 o'clock to get up for the morning procedures. Just before that, I don't know even today whether it is a dream or it is a reality. Swami entered that room. And Swami stood next to me. And I could see behind Swami the blue tiles of the walls, everything I could see clearly. And Swami looked at me and said, hey, who tied this? In Telugu, he said, Yoru kattaridi. Who tied this? I said, Swami, nurse. Surgery had to happen. Okay. Before only Swami is asking, who tied this? Not tied very well. Then he told, tell them to tie very well. I will go to the next room and come back. And Swami left the room. And I saw one nurse running inside the room with a trolley. And then she ties. After 10 minutes, Swami enters the room. Swami looks, ఇప్పుడు సరిగా కట్టారు, అన్నీ సరిపోయిందిలే, ఏం కంగారు లేదు, సరిపోతుంది, Swami told. And then Swami patted. And then Swami left. I woke up. When I saw it was about to ring, 5 o'clock, it was just about to ring, and just I opened my eyes. And I called my wife and I told, Swami, I don't know whether he stood here and spoke to me, or it is illusion, or it is dream, I do not know. But this is what happened. He said, see, yesterday night you cried, no, that Swami is not there, Swami is not there. See, Swami himself came and gave you assurance. Sai, you leave it to him and he will take care. Then I felt, okay, fine. Then I went. Surgery got over and he planned for half an hour, but it became 1 hour because that one single bone got fragmented into 6 pieces and it was scattered all over. And the surgeon came out with that broken piece, I believe. My wife and my son, who is also a doctor, sitting outside. Sai, you see here, it was 1 piece, it has become 6 pieces. It was Swami's grace, not even 1 piece crushed any nerve. If only if it would have crushed any part of the nerve, his right hand would have become numb. He will not have senses on his fingers. Swami has beautifully spread everywhere other than touching the nerves. And that is why surgery, it became too long, because I have to fish out carefully. And you see, it became 6 pieces and he showed, I believe. And then anyway, everything is done. And they brought me from the anesthesia. And the first thing they asked me was, move your fingers, move your fingers. And then I moved my fingers. Then I heard everybody telling Sai Ram, because everything was done and my fingers are perfect. Means I'm able to move all my fingers nicely. Anyway, I was sent to ICU. I was there for some time. And then next day I came to my room, and morning they always take around. Our surgeon enters our room. And he said, Sai sir, how are you? I said, fine. Any pain? No. Yesterday, I think that anesthesia is still working. It is still numb and I don't have any pain at all. Good. And then he removed the bedsheet. The moment he removed the bedsheet, he said, who tied this? I said, I don't know, sir. They only tried this. Hey, nurse! And the nurse comes with the trolley. Same nurse coming with the trolley. And then he said, give me everything. I will do it. And then he put on the gloves and, he sterilized his hand and he removed everything and he neatly packed once again. And he said, now everything is perfect. Everything is all right. Nothing to worry. I immediately held that surgeon's hand. Sir, the same place yesterday before the surgery, Swami stood. The same dialogues what you told. He said, he asked me who tied. I said, nurse. A nurse comes with the trolley. Nurse is coming with the trolley. And there the nurse tried, but here you tied it. And Swami came back to the room. Again, he asked the same 3 questions. Now everything is all right. Nothing to worry. Swami told in Telugu, the same sequence you are telling in English. Sir, I said, tears rolled down from his eyes and he said, Sai, Swami is here with us. We all feel that Swami is not here. Swami is very much here. Dear brothers and sisters, it is not that. That is not the end of the story. I asked him, sir, when I can play tabla? He said, 1.5 years. I said, why? As a doctor, I can help you after the physiotherapy. I will help you to eat. Your hand has to reach here. You have to comb. You have to brush. You have to put on your buttons. That much only I can do. Playing tabla is an extra effort. That is not in my purview. That is between you and Sai Baba. You and Swami. But I can only help you this much. But to become that strength, you have to do physiotherapy. Thanks to my wife. Every day, morning and evening, she used to do massage at home. And in 1 week, my hand from this position to this position. And he was surprised. The next week, from this position, surgeon was surprised. He said, how fast you are recovering. Very good. If you can continue like this, in 1 year, you can play tabla. That pepped me more. And I started doing much more exercise and much more. She was helping. In fact, full credit, 100% credit goes to my wife for making my hand, which was like this. Now it is like this. This much. And then, November 11th, Swami's Akhanda Bhajan. 24 hours, global bhajan. Every bhajan, Swami gives me indication. I used to start the bhajan. And last bhajan, I used to play and finish with Arati. That was like a tradition, it was going on. So all bhajan boys said, sir, this is the first time so many years Swami used to give you indication. You used to start, you used to finish. And now we'll be missing you, sir. I really felt that I'm going to miss this Akhanda Bhajan. In my house, one old tabla was there. I thought, why not I try? So I tried. Oh my God, it was like when you strike a matchstick and put inside the skin, how it will burn. Like that, maybe the blood was rushing so fast and so much of pain was there. Unbearable pain. Just cannot handle that. But I tried little bit. Like that 4-5 days I did. Then on the Akhanda Bhajan day, which is 11th November, I told boys, I will come and sit. I will mime as if I am playing. But whereas you play along with me, because two boys used to play tabla, you play along with me. At least I'll have the satisfaction that I played for Swami, for Akhanda Bhajan. Ravi and all said, sir, you are taking risk. Not even 6 months, sir, it's just 3 months after second surgery. Why you want to take risk? I said, see man, I'm doing it for Swami. Swami will take care. Ravi, if anything happens, you are there. You know my condition, you know my history. You will take me to super special hospital. I'm not worried. Then they all laughed and kept quiet. Bhajan started. Brothers and sisters, you will not believe. First line, it was burning. Second line, third line, second speed, I forgot myself and I played for 4 bhajans equally with my partner. Equally with my partner I played. Everybody was surprised. And the same surgeon who told me 1 year, he was watching this Akhanda Bhajan from Sydney. He had gone for a conference and he looked at the people there. This boy, I did surgery and he wanted to play tabla. I told him it will take 1 year. And you see what Sai Baba is doing in Prashanti Nilayam. Within 3 months after 2 surgeries, he is playing tabla. This is what Baba can do. That is an experience. Tell me, brothers and sisters, where is Baba? Baba is not here. He is here. He is not listening to you. Yes, he is listening to you. But if you feel that he is not listening, if you feel that he is not answering, it is not his mistake. It is your mistake. There is some fault in you. There is something less in you. You are not, that wavelength is not matching between you and God. That effort is yours. This is the second word what Swami said, experience. When somebody asks, Swami, who are you? Come. Journey to Sai is come. Journey with Sai is an experience. I am sure it is not me, those listeners here, and those people, so many devotees, each one of you will be having a unique such experiences with Bhagavan. And the third word Swami said, enjoy. After experiencing me, you know what I am, then you enjoy my divinity. The third statement is, journey ends with Sai. How you say ends with Sai? Because you come to Sai and you experience Sai, you have to be part of Sai. You have to end with Sai. Now, how you can do this? A very simple thing. S-A-I, Sai. Sai and I. In our life, if you put yes, Swami first, I, me last, your journey is safe. But if you put I first and if you put yes last, then like IAS, you will be collector only. You will be collecting things, but you will not get any divinity aspect. You are left alone. So Swami, we have to put Swami in front and we have to follow him. S-A-I. Then Sai and I. That is Sai and us, we become one. Our journey will end with Sai. You ask anybody, how are you? I am in bliss, man, he says. You see, I am in bliss. When you are in bliss, you are smaller. You are humbled. You are surrendered. You are part of bliss. Bliss is not different from you. This is where Swami says, end joy so that you will enjoy the bliss. And this is what Baba always gives us. Dear brothers and sisters, Arjuna, what happened? He always followed Krishna. Krishna says pigeon, yes. Crow, yes. Peacock, yes. Why? Because he kept Krishna first and himself last. All of us, keep Sai in front and take your journey. That will be most pleasant journey that you will have. Safest journey you will have. You will reach your destination. Before I wind up, I usually give a takeaway. And today takeaway is choose wisely and choose God every time. A small story. Father and son. The young son looked at his father and he asked me, Dad, did any time I made you cry? And dad looks at the little loving son. He says, once. But I will not say I cried. When, Dad? When you are born, they brought you and placed on my arms. And when I saw you smiling at me and the beautiful creation of God and the joy led me to drop few tears. Do you know what is a tear? One drop of water, 99% of feeling. 1% water, 99% of feeling. But that was not crying. That was out of joy. That means I may never made you cry? Yes, there was one occasion you made me cry. When, Dad? When you are growing, I was playing with you. I kept one pen, I kept a bundle of dollars, and I kept a teddy bear. And I stood opposite to you, and with lot of inquisitive nature, I want to know which one you will pick up, whether a pen or a bundle of dollars or this teddy bear. Because that will decide your life. That will decide what you are. That will decide your value, what you will value in your life. Suppose if you pick up the pen, knowledge, you'll become a scholar. If you become bundle of dollars, richness, name, fame, power, position. If you pick up teddy bear, you wanted fun in your life, nothing else. You just want to enjoy. So I wanted to see which one you will select, and that will be the value that you will associate to your life. And I was eagerly waiting, and what you did, you rushed towards those three. I was wondering which one you will pick up, but you brushed aside everything and you straight came to my arms. Just then I decided, oh my God, I was also one of the choice for you to be selected. I was all the time thinking only the pen and only the dollar and only the toy, but I never realized that you had one more choice to select, and that is me. And that is the time really I shed tears and I cried for the love that you gave me that day. Dear brothers and sisters, who is our Father? Our Godfather. Swami is our Godfather. And in His creation, He has thrown many things in front of us. Gold, money, everything, all attractions, car, bungalow, everything. And He is watching, what is that you are going to pick up? And we all the time race with each other, and we don't say beyond that. We see within this only, and we fight for it, we struggle for it, and we take it, and then we are there only, saturated. None of us go back one step like the little kid went and reached the arms of his father, and God is also waiting with His open arms, whether anyone will come and approach Him, adore Him, reach Him, appreciate Him, understand Him, love Him. That is what He's waiting for. But we are all there itself. What we need is name, fame, power, position, because we feel that this is what is very important. My dear brother and sister, during this pandemic period, 2 days back you speak to somebody and the third day is not there. What he carried, his power what he did, his money what he did, his position what he did, nothing. Still we are in ignorance. Still we didn't understand when God is teaching universally to all of us that what is very important and how you should have your journey. And this is where, brothers and sisters, please, all of us, choose wisely. Choose Sai. Choose the path towards Prashanti Nilayam. Because Prashanti Nilayam is the place where God walked, God lived, God loved everyone. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And I'm grateful to you because such kind of satsang takes me, it's like rewinding my life again and again. I'm thinking of those beautiful moments with this Bhagwan, with this Lord, rich with experiences. And I'm sure all of you will be having similar such experiences. And I pray, Swami, that all of you will be blessed immensely with good health, peaceful family, peaceful life, and stay safe and take care. And I pray, Swami, that all of you, very, very soon, you must come to Prashanti Nilayam, relive your life, enjoy every moment. And Prashanti Nilayam, the abode of peace, is waiting for you. And this is the place where God lived, God walked, and God is waiting for you. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Every morning when the sun comes out to play, it wears the same bright orange dress our Swami wears today. It's the color of Satya Sai, the color of love. He is love, He is love, He is everything, everywhere. We are love, and that is what creation is made up of. Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Baba Ji. Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Baba Ji. Oh Shirdi Sai, Satya Sai, Prema Sai Baba Ji. Oh Satya Sai, you and I, Satya Sai Baba Ji. And every evening when the sun goes down in its same bright orange dress, I feel the touch of Satya Sai, his love, his tenderness, as he enters the temple of my loving heart. He is love, He is love, He is everything, everywhere. We are love, and that is what creation is made up of. Oh, Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Baba Ji. Oh Shirdi Sai, Satya Sai, Prema Sai Baba Ji. Oh Satya Sai, Satya Sai, Satya Sai Baba Ji. Oh Satya Sai, you and I, Satya Sai Baba Ji.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Sai Ram Sai Sir, what an amazing journey. Thank you so much for an uplifting and motivational talk by blending your personal experiences with Bhagwan. You have very nicely explained the stages of one's path to Swami. The first one is journey to Sai. The second one is journey with Sai, and the third one is how the journey ends with Sai. Another striking point that you made during your talk was to get His grace, we need His grace. It's like catch 2020. What comes first, the seed or the tree? Moving on, you also touched upon an aspect how fortunate we are to have Swami in our lives as both Guru and God. Finally, what an excellent takeaway points on our journey to Swami. Choose wisely, choose Sai, choose the path towards Prashanti Nilayam. Because Prashanti Nilayam is a place where Swami was born, Swami lived, Swami walked, and Swami chose Prashanti Nilayam to spread his message. So dear brothers and sisters, it is a golden opportunity for all of us to march towards Prashanti Nilayam. Let us not make Swami wait any longer for our arrival. Let's march towards Prashanti Nilayam. Sai Ram.
When the word spirituality or God is mentioned, the first country that comes to mind is India. Century after century, India indeed has been the chosen land for many a divine incarnation. There are places in this country which are spiritual powerhouses. One such super sanctuary of peace is Prashanti Nilayam in the town of Puttaparthi in South India. It is the abode of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Named by him, Prashanti Nilayam literally means the place pulsating with supreme peace. Thousands throng this spiritual town every day, some as spiritual seekers, some seeking solutions for their varied problems, some as curious visitors, and for some, it is their wholesome holiday destination to rejuvenate their body, mind and soul. Prashanti Nilayam is open for all. It celebrates every religion, respects every culture, and welcomes people of all races, all lands, and all languages. It is located in the Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh. This railway station is well connected to all major cities of India. Once you alight, there are a host of buses or three-wheeler auto rickshaws to bring you to Prashanti Nilayam, which is 9 kilometers away. As you make this journey, the first imposing edifice to greet your eyes is the unique super speciality hospital. This was built in 1991. Here, advanced cardiac, ortho, ophthalmic, urology, and plastic surgeries are done absolutely free of cost. The Sri Satya Sai Airport too was built in 1991, 4 years before the railway station. It is generally used for the private planes of dignitaries. As you cross the Ganesha statue at the Enumalapalli cross, soon the Vidyagiri road begins. This is the main road, on either side of which are various educational institutions. But before this is the Sri Satya Sai Gokulam that Bhagwan started in 1975. It has close to 100 milk-yielding cows who nourish the health of hundreds of students and devotees. The friendly staff at the Gokulam will let you visit some of these cows if you wish to. Now as you begin your journey on the Vidyagiri main road, you cannot miss the architecture of the Music Museum of the Sri Satya Sai Mirpuri College of Music. This museum is not for visitors. Still, you will delight in its enchanting facade. This college offers multiple courses in Carnatic and Hindustani music. The next building on the left, with several extensions, is the Sri Satya Sai Hostel for senior boys. Each one lives for the other, and all live for God, is the philosophy of this home of students pursuing from undergraduate to postgraduate, PhD, and postdoctoral programs. Adjacent to this is a Srimati Ishwaramma Higher Secondary School. Named after Bhagwan Baba's mother, it caters to the primary and secondary school education needs of the local children and hence has no hostel. With a huge engraving of Lord Dakshinamurti, this building in the same line is the Sri Satya Sai Higher Secondary School for boys from grade 8 to 12. In 2014, it was adjudged one of the top 10 CBSE schools of India. Behind the school building is the famous Hillview Stadium, which in 1997 hosted an international cricket match between India 11 and World 11. Apart from a world-class cricket field, it has a spacious football ground. This is where the sports and cultural meets of the Sai educational institutions happen on January 11th every year. In the pinnacle of the stadium is the 65-feet Hanuman, which is an engineering marvel. Below this, you have imposing statues of several divine incarnations representing all major faiths of the world. In the northwest corner of the stadium is the Chaitanya Jyoti, a much sought-after place of interest for every pilgrim. Its design is a fusion of ancient and modern world architecture. In it, you have the life, mission, and message of Bhagwan Baba through images, graphics, animations, audio, and video presentations. Timing 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday holiday. Besides the Chaitanya Jyoti, the building with the bewitching statue of little Krishna is the primary wing of Sri Satya Sai Higher Secondary School. This is a school cum hostel for girls studying in grade 1 to grade 12 and for boys from grade 1 to grade 7. On the other side of the road, the series of buildings with statues of Goddess Saraswati and Ganesha are part of the Prashanti Nilayam campus of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, a deemed to be university. All the undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral programs, as well as professional courses in this college are offered absolutely free. An integral part of the college campus is the indoor stadium, which is a sportsman's delight, with international standard facilities for students in pursuit of badminton, table tennis, volleyball, basketball, squash, and lawn tennis. Though the facilities here are meant only for the students, visitors can spend time in the commemorative building of the stadium, which gives an overview of Bhagwan's education mission. Timings 10 to 11:30 a.m. on all days. Right beside this is the very special resting place of Sai Geeta, Baba's pet elephant. The stories of her devotion to Baba are legendary. For every devotee, she remains as an eternal inspiration. In the same compound is the Sri Satya Sai Space Theatre, inaugurated by Bhagwan in 1985. It is part of the university, but is open for visitors. Needless to say, like most services in Puttaparthi, it is free. Timings 9:30 a.m. on all days. The second arch marks the end of this stretch of road which houses all the schools and college buildings and therefore aptly called the Vidyagiri Road. As you leave the Vidyagiri complex, a road on the left takes you to a historic site wherein there is a huge banyan tree. It is the Vatavriksha, a boon for spiritual aspirants, because in 1959, Baba installed under this tree a mystic copper plate with supernatural powers to help spiritual seekers in their meditation. As you go up further on this road, the white and grey structure with Shikhara style of architecture is the Sanatana Samskruti Museum. It houses the main precepts of the major religions of the world, alongside the life and teachings of many sages, saints, and spiritual masters. Adjacent to this museum is the elegant administrative block of the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. The Chancellor's room in this building contains many precious memorabilia related to Baba's earthly sojourn. This, however, is not open to general public, but to special interest groups with prior permission. Beside this is the Sri Satya Sai Archives, inaugurated in November 2018. Inside it are scientifically designed exclusive vaults for various types of media: audio, video, photos, documents, and so on. This is the central storehouse of all archival material concerning Baba's life, mission, and teachings. On the way down from the hill to one side is the Sai Srinivas guest house, meant for highly esteemed dignitaries like presidents and prime ministers. On the other side is the Sri Satya Sai General Hospital, one of the earliest institutions set up by Bhagwan. Inaugurated in 1956 as a rudimentary healthcare facility, it has grown over the years to have 9 departments and over 125 beds catering to all primary and secondary healthcare needs of the rural population around Puttaparthi. All services here too have been offered free of cost right from the beginning. In the compound of this hospital is a serene shrine dedicated to Shirdi Sai. Along the way, we pass by the bus stand, which has regular buses to Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Anantapur, Chennai, and a host of other towns and cities on a daily basis. There is also an extension counter of the Indian Railways at the bus stand. The entrance to the Prashanti Nilayam ashram is just a few meters away. This is the eastern gate and the main entrance to the ashram for all the pilgrims. As you go down the road comes the huge Gopuram, the ceremonial entrance of the ashram. This gate is called Gopuram Gate and is used largely for vehicular entrance into the ashram. Before we go into the ashram, let's explore a little the village of Puttaparthi. The Prashanti Nilayam township came into being in 1950. The ashram then was in the outskirts of the village, but now the village has grown into a bustling international pilgrim center. The main attractions on this side of Puttaparthi are the historic temples, the oldest one being the Satyamma temple. This shrine is dedicated to the village goddess Satyamma or Satyabhama. Another old place of worship for the villagers is the Venugopala Swami temple. This one is dedicated to Lord Krishna. Puttaparthi was earlier called Gollapalli, as it was abundant with cows and cowherds, reminiscent of the times of Lord Krishna. In the same cluster of holy places is also located the temple of Lord Hanuman. Though the main deity is Hanuman, there are several other shrines in the temple courtyard, including the Navagrahas or the 9 planets of fortune. Close by is the Shivalayam, adored as the birthplace of Bhagwan Baba. Bhagwan was born on November 23, 1926. While all these shrines are at the end of Gopuram Road of Puttaparthi, the street next to it is the Samadhi Road. A must-visit site here is the sacred resting place of Baba's earthly parents, Srimati Ishwaramba and Sri Pedda Venkapparaju. Baba visited the Samadhi every year on May 6th, on the day of the passing of his mother, and fed the poor and distributed clothes to the needy. We now come back to the main entrance of the ashram. The road in front of this is the Chitravati Road. Towards the end of the street, on top of a little hillock which oversees the river Chitravati, is the Kalpa Vriksha. If you are game for a healthy trek of 200 odd steps, you will love this spiritual adventure. As a little child, Baba gave whatever his playmates wished from the branches of this tree, from out-of-season fruits to pens and sweets. It is therefore called the wish-fulfilling tree. River Chitravati is the sacred stream on the banks of which Baba played in his childhood. In fact, it was on these sands that any number of devotees were witness to amazing manifestations of divinity and grace decade after decade. Every Thursday evening, a bhajan and aarti is done here in reverence of this holy river. Let's now take this road and finally enter the Prashanti Nilayam ashram. As you step in, you are welcomed by Lord Ganesha. Prayer sessions of the ashram begin from here early in the morning every day. Next to it is the temple of Lord Subramanya or Kartikeya or Muruga, a much revered deity in South India. For the convenience of visitors, a branch of the accommodation office is present right at the entrance. Pilgrims who wish to stay in halls, which have comfortable beds, can check in here itself. The main accommodation office is located next to the North 9 block. Indian and overseas visitors who would like to stay in rooms can contact the office here. Coming now to food, the township offers 3 facilities: a South Indian canteen, a North Indian canteen, and a Western canteen. Food in all these 3 canteens is prepared in a hygienic and devotional environment and offered at much subsidized prices. However, every day, there is a free lunch offered as prasadam to any devotee who joins the prayer sessions in the morning, where these coupons are given. These free meals are served in the Nitya Annadana Seva building, which is next to North 4 block. There is also a shopping complex, which is a veritable supermarket stocked with provisions, clothes, toiletries and vegetables to all items of daily use. Additionally, there is a bakery, popcorn unit, snacks counter, ice cream stall, tender coconut stall, and coffee shops at various places in the ashram. If you are looking for literature on Baba, or audio-video products, or pictures of Baba to take home with you, you have the aesthetically designed publication division of the Sri Satya Sai Sadhana Trust. There are books in more than 25 languages in this complex. In the same building, there is also a library cum reading room for those who love to be quiet and spend time reading. The office of Sanatana Sarathi, the ashram monthly magazine, is also housed in this building. The ashram's media house is Radio Sai, which offers 24/7 radio channels in English and Telugu, apart from a number of audio and video productions which are served to the devotees through their website, www.radiosai.org. Large spaces inside the ashram premises have been turned into lovely gardens. In these peaceful spaces are located the temples dedicated to Mother Gayatri and Mother Lakshmi. There is also a Sarva Dharma garden with its beautiful statue of Umbrella Ganesha and beautiful sculptures of Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, and so on. The Prashanti Nilayam township is an eco-friendly, self-sufficient community. Thanks to the Sri Satya Sai Mitra project launched by the Sri Satya Sai Central Trust, not only are all major institutions, be it the hospitals, schools and colleges, but every building complex inside the ashram planned to be completely powered by solar energy by 2020. There are sewage treatment plants to recycle water, which is used for the lawns and gardens. The efficient water management and adoption of water harvesting techniques have ensured that the ashram never runs out of water, even though it is located in a potentially dry district of Andhra Pradesh. This township has been built by dedicated selfless service of volunteers called Seva Dals, who come from all states of India on a rotation basis. It is they who have nurtured the ashram with great love and devotion. The men with blue scarves and women in orange scarves are present in all areas of the ashram to facilitate all the activities of the ashram in serving the pilgrims. The heart of Prashanti Nilayam, the powerhouse of this place, is the Sai Kulwant Hall, where hundreds and thousands every day prostrate at the Mahasamadhi of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. This is the hall where millions have seen Baba, touched him, talked to him, and have been transformed by his pure love. And this story continues even today. Every morning at 8, prayer sessions begin here with Veda chanting, followed by bhajans for half an hour till 9:30 a.m. After this, devotees can come closer to the Samadhi and even touch the shrine as they offer their prayers. In the evenings, the Veda chanting begins every day at 4:30 p.m. and after 45 minutes begin bhajans, which go on till 6 p.m. Devotees are again allowed to go near the Samadhi till 7 p.m. when the second arati is reverentially done as a last prayer offering for the day. Right behind this sanctum is yet another space of immense sanctity, which is generally called the Bhajan Hall. In earlier times, this is where Baba used to sit during the bhajan sessions. This is indeed the inner sanctum sanctorum of Prashanti Nilayam, wherein the main altar is a beautiful silver idol of Shirdi Sai. Every single day, prayers are done here in a ritualistic manner. Devotees are allowed entry to this hall during the Suprabhatam at 4:30 a.m. as well as during the morning puja and rituals which go on till 7:30 a.m. Beside the Sai Kulwant Hall is the Purna Chandra Auditorium, a huge pillarless hall. This is where major public functions were held till the mid-1990s, that is, before Sai Kulwant Hall came into being. Even in the later years, a 7-day-long Dasara Yajnam always happened in this hallowed premises. This celebration continues here even now. In front of the Purna Chandra Hall is the 50-feet Sarvadharma Stupa, inaugurated by Bhagavan on his 50th birthday in 1975. At its base are the symbols of all major world religions, and on its crown is a fully bloomed lotus symbolizing spiritual enlightenment. This stupa, in a nutshell, represents the universal message of unity that Bhagavan always emphasized. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God. He is omnipresent. And the way to attain this all-powerful, all-pervading God, as Baba says, is by sincerely practicing the principle, love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. This is indeed the message engraved in the Samadhi of Bhagavan, and which gets ingrained into the psyche of every person who comes into the Sai fold. No person who steps into Puttaparthi leaves untouched by the purity and serenity of the sacred hamlet. That is why it is called Prashanti Nilayam, the abode of supreme peace.